I wanna just address something that Pre's saying in the chat. It's like why they have PSAs about not leaving things in plain sight in your unattended vehicle. No one is giving them permission to steal, but criminals don't care. I think that there's a difference here because what we're talking about with the iCloud, it's not the same thing as leaving uh, pictures in plain sight. It's
Yeah,
not
those were brute force password
these
hacks.
these were uh, in a place where there was every reasonable expectation of privacy. I mean, like as I said before, these had bank level encryption on them.
Yeah,
They
this is
were not.
breaking and entering.
Yeah.
Yes, this is somebody went into your house and robbed you, and this is what they took. I mean,
They take these pictures out of your file. They're in your scrapbook. That's
yes,
on your shelf in your bookshelf, or even maybe in your attic,
yeah,
because it's been there
that's
so long. It's in your scrapbook in your attic, and somebody went in and got that.
it goes back to the point that it doesn't even matter uh, what the MacGuffin is. I mean, let's use
Yeah,
that
that's
term.
true.
It's the fact that it happened. It's the fact that it occurred, and it wasn't just nude pictures. It was all pictures. So there are pictures of actresses, little kids. There's pictures of whatever relatives. There's so much
Their
that
house,
could
their
be
car with the license plate on it,
all of
whatever.
those things. So we talk about, and this is my fault because I started it off by talking about the nude photos when I should have said is that it was all of this data. It was all of these
Hmm.
things that were private. It's not just nude pictures, it's family photos, it's all of this stuff, and now it's out there. It's people can look at it, people can search it, people can find it, and people can, you know, imagine because these are people who generate stalkers.
Yeah.
Imagine how unsafe you must feel if you have pictures of your car, if you have pictures of your street address, um,
What
and
about
now they're
people
out
who
there.
take pictures for their insurance purposes? Every bit of their assets, stored on film for insurance purposes. Uh,
And
you
there it
know,
is. Yeah.
all the guns you own, the
Yeah.
number of them, everything like that. How many
I mean,
cars?
So I want to say that you guys have this discussion's kind of changed my mind on this topic. I came in kind of thinking, I think Ricky Gervais tweeted earlier that if you don't want nude photos of yourself online, don't take nude photos. Pretty simple. And that still kind of makes sense that if you don't want something out there, don't put it online, especially if you're a celebrity. You know that people are going to be looking for anything of you. But when you put it in terms of it's your private property, it was in your house, locked up in your desk, and someone broke in and stole it. It could be your address, it could be your car license plate, it could be your friends, your family, your kids. It could be all those photos and other things that people would want private. I think that makes a lot more sense in the argument
hmm
than just, well, because it's so easy to just say, if you don't want nude pictures of yourself out there, don't take them. But there's all sorts of stuff that we keep on the cloud that we don't want out there that we
Right.
would
And
hate for people to have, and this falls in the same category.
Think about what would happen if it was a relative that had this happen to them because more than ever, people have pictures and stuff and whatever that it's not an uncommon occurrence.
That brings up something. The way that you said that jogged my memory. And maybe the way we do begin to think of it, because so many people that might be using this scoldy tone might be doing so out of a place of, a moral high ground of some sort or another, maybe. I'm willing to grant them that. But just because you happen to have a clean, spotless record yourself does not mean that the people around you have clean and spotless records that you may or may not know about. I have a relative who actually has a daughter who had, topless pictures out there at 15 years old. That's not something I expected. My relative didn't expect that as well. But that's out there, and I don't know if that, where that is out there, and it's very likely that that she could end up having that fall back on her later in life. I don't know, but if you can't put yourself in the shoes of the person to whom it's happened, you could probably empathize with it if it were someone that you knew or were connected to. Children these days have, poor judgment all over the place. The technology is advancing faster than their sense is advancing, and so it's very. I'm encouraging people, if you can't think about it that way yourself, for yourself, think about it in terms of a loved one or a relative or something like that. It might help you gain that empathy that you lack when you're dealing with this subject.